TitleMatchNetwork.com.
Me and Piper were, even though we worked against each other a lot, we rode together and we trusted each other. If anyone would pull us over or something, oh, Piper and Valentine, no, he would always pull his hat way down over his, because my blonde hair and my big head, I can't wear a hat, but he could pull it down and you'd never, and put something, you wouldn't know that was Piper. So we used to do a lot of trips together. So a lot of times we all lived in Charlotte. So I would pick him up. He always lived in a hotel. I had a house, but he had a hotel and it was pretty big. He had several rooms, so when he brought his family in, he would have, but he had a big farm back in Oregon, or ranch, Portland. So I would go over and pick him up, and then we would we would probably leave at 1 o'clock, so we got to be in Richmond, Virginia. So from Charlotte, that's 350 miles. Leave at noon, and we'd go out and do that, and we'd jog it right down and stop for somewhere around 3 o'clock, and then we'd hit the town around 6 o'clock. If we hit it even earlier, we'd go check into a hotel and get towels and stuff, and then go to the arena. And most of these places, they wouldn't see us riding together, because most of these places where he just ducked down and you could drive inside and park it inside, and then we get out. But we protected our business, and we never went to the bars and drank right next to each other. Some guys have done that, but we tried to protect our business. And it was good, you know, I don't ever remember any of my, he was about the only opponent that I rode with a lot. Me and Tito never did that, or Garvin, or me and the Bulldogs. We pretty much stayed away from each other, but and tag team is different. Me and Rick would do it, and then me and Rick as a tag team, of course, we did a lot of road. But in the Carolinas, and I remember it in New York, when I first went up there in '79, till we went nationwide in '85. So from '79 to '85, we drove that whole Northeast corridor up there. So we did a lot of driving. I loved it. I loved the driving. I hated it when we started flying everywhere. I'd like it when we'd fly to California, because they would set it up where we could stay out there for a week. You rent a car, and it was like being on the road again. And just get out of those airplanes. It was tough, the airplane thing, you know. But I loved being on the road, driving.
I guess more adventurous than going to sit in at a terminal for, a few hours.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's good and it's bad, you know. You don't want to drive from New York to L.A. I mean, that's so. But it was good to get to L.A. and then you'd rent a car, and then they'd have you working in San Diego or Bakersfield or San Bernardino or. Some of the guys they'd want to fly you to San Francisco, and then you'd do all the towns around San Francisco. So it was just set up like that. Yeah. So you have both the good part of the best of both worlds, what I'm trying to say. You could fly, and then you'd be able to drive like the old times with the music and driving to the town. And
Did you do it like how a lot of guys would do it, where they pick up like a case of beer before they leave, and then just drink it the whole way? Or
yeah, I think this is back in the good old days where we would smoke weed, and I never got pulled over for drinking, because I was always, and I wouldn't drink till I got polluted. It was beer, you could only get so drunk on beer. And I tried to make it a limit. Even Rick would try to make a limit. Says, we'll drink 3 or 4 beers, and then we'll put it away, It was just an easy way to pass time and relax, because those long trips,
TitleMatchNetwork.com